lecture we are going to discuss question number 3A and question number 3B provided by Maharashtra State Board is in the question bank. Look at the question number 3A, complete the activity. We have given an activity, I am an isosceles triangle. First of all, be focused. What is mean by isosceles triangle? Isosceles triangle means the triangle whose any two sides are congruent, or we might be says equal. Such a kind of triangle is said to be an isosceles triangle. My base is 3 cm more than twice my congruent sides. My perimeter is 35 cm. Find the length of my base. Look at the triangle. Already we have given the isosceles triangle whose two sides are identical. We have given x and x, and whose base we have a y. We have to evaluate the length of base, that means the value of y here. So look at the first condition. My base is, that means we have given value of y is 3 more, means we have to add up 3 in twice my congruent sides, that means 2 times x. So once we convert it into the general form of linear equation in two variable, we are getting minus of 2x plus y, that is equals to a 3. Let's call this equation as a equation number 1. Now look at the next condition. We have given my perimeter is 35 cm. Now what is mean by the perimeter of any polygon? We might be says sum of all sides is known as the perimeter of a polygon. Here polygon as a triangle we have given, and that is isosceles triangle. So sum of all sides, we have the sides are x, x and y respectively. So sum of all sides means we have to add up all three sides of a triangle. That is the perimeter of a triangle, and we have given 35. So x plus x are the identical terms or the like terms. They can be easily added, gives us 2x plus y, that is equals to, we have a 35, called it as equation number 2. Now look at the equation 1 and 2 carefully. What will happen once we add up equation 1 with equation 2? We are getting minus 2x plus 2x gives us 0 or getting cancelled. Y plus y becomes 2y. So that we are having 2y to be equals to 35 plus 3, we have a 38. Now to evaluate the value of y, try to shift now 2 from LHS to RHS. 2 is a multiplier. After all shifting it will becomes a divisor. So 38 divided by 2, we are getting a 19. So the value of y here we have 19. That means the base, length of the base of a triangle, we have a 19. Look at the second activity. Complete the following table to draw the graph of equation we have given 3x minus 2y, that is equals to 18. Now look at the table. We have a first row the values of x's, next row values of y, and at last we have the coordinates x comma y. First, when x is equals to 0, we are getting y equals to minus of 9. So the coordinates we have 0 comma minus of 9. Look at the next one. Once we have now the x is equals to 4, we have given here linear equation in two variable of the form 3x minus of 2y, that is equals to, we have a 18. Now once we replace value of x by 4, that means put for x is equals to 4, we are getting 3 into 4 minus of 2y, that is equals to 18. Now everyone well known, 3 4s are 12 minus of 2y, that is equals to 18. Now the coefficient of variable y itself a negative number. So try to shift that minus 2y from LHS to RHS, and simultaneously we have to collect all constants towards other direction, means the LHS. So shift that 18 from RHS to LHS, so that we are getting 12 as it is, plus 18 becomes now the minus 18, that is equals to minus 2y becomes now the plus 2y. 12 minus 18 we have minus 6, that is equals to 2y. Divide both sides by 2, we are getting y value is minus of 3. So let's try to fill the table. Y value, once the x is equals to 4, we have y equals to minus 3. So the coordinates we have 4 comma minus of 3. Now look at the next one. Once our value of x is 2, we have to evaluate the value of y. So let us try to put for now x to be equals to a 2 is in the given linear equation in two variable. So that we are getting 3 into 2 minus of 2y, that is equals to 18. Everyone well known now, 3 2s are we have a 6. So 6 minus 2y, that is equals to 18. Now shift that 18 from RHS to LHS and simultaneously minus of 2y from LHS to RHS. We are getting 6 minus 18, that is equals to 2y. 6 minus 18 becomes minus of 12, that is equals to 2y. Now divide both sides by 2, we are getting value of y is minus of 6. So that once x is equals to 2, we have the value of y is minus 6. So the coordinate x comma y, we have a 2 comma minus of 6. Now look at the next one. We have given the value of x is minus of 1. So for x is equals to minus 1, let's try to now replace x by minus of 1 from the given linear equation in two variable, that is 3x minus 2y equals to 18. We are getting 3 into minus of 1 minus of 2y, that is equals to 18. So 3 into minus 1, 3 ones are 3, plus minus we have minus of 3 here, then minus of 2y, that is equals to 18. Again the same thing, try to shift minus 2y from LHS to RHS and 18 from RHS to LHS. We are getting minus of 3 minus of 18, that is equals to positive 2y. Now minus 3 minus 18, we have a minus of 21, that is equals to 2y. Now divide both sides by 2, we are getting value of y is minus of 21 divided by 2. Let's try to divide now 21 by 2. We are getting minus of 10.5 be the value of y. So here we have the decimal value. So let's try to substitute the value of y. We have minus of 10.5 on your table. So the coordinates now we are getting minus 1 comma minus of 10.5. Look at the activity number 3. The sum of the two-digit number and the number obtained by interchanging the digits is 132. The digit in the tens place is 2 more than the digit in the unit place. Complete the activity to find the original number. We have given the activity. Let the digit in the unit place is y and the digit in the tens place is x. That means the given two-digit number we are getting xy. Y is at unit place and x is at tens place. Now look at the next one. Suppose to be we are having any two-digit number. Suppose I am taking 38. We can write it as a 30 plus 8. Now 3 at a tens place, so that we have 3 into 10 becomes 30, and 8 at a unit place or the ones place, so that 8 into we have a 1. So this is known as the expansion of a number 38. So same thing we are doing here. Once x at a tens place, so x should be multiplied with a 10 plus y at a unit place or the ones place, so y should be multiplied it with a 1, so that y into 1 we have a y. So the number that is 10x plus y. That means the expansion of two-digit number xy is 10x plus y. Now the number obtained by interchanging the digits is equals to. Now we have the number is xy, and once we interchange the digits, suppose we are having the 38, once we interchange the digits, we are getting the number that is 83. That means now 8 at a tens place and 3 at a ones place or the unit place. So same thing, once we assumed the two-digit number as a xy, so whose number obtained by interchanging the digits, we have a yx. That means y now at a tens place and x at now ones or the unit place. So expansion of the number we have. Now once y is at a tens place, we have to multiply y by 10, so that we are getting 10y, plus x at a ones or the unit place, so that x should be multiplied with a 1, we are getting x into 1 is x. So the number obtained by interchanging the digits, we are getting the new number, that is 10y plus x. Now the next statement we have, the sum of the number and the number obtained by interchanging the digits is 132. That means we are having the original number 10x plus y and the number obtained by interchanging the digits, that is 10y plus x. That is equals to, we have sum of them is 132. So now 10x plus x becomes, we have 11x, while y plus 10y we are getting 11y, that is equals to 132. Now here the coefficient of variable x, variable y and the constant all are divisible by 11. So once we divide throughout equation by 11, we are getting x plus y, that is equals to 11 ones are 11, 11 twos are 22. That means we have now x plus y to be equals to a 12. Let's call it as equation number 1. Now by the second condition, we have digit in the tens place is equals to digit in the unit place plus 2 more than the digit at a unit place. That means now we are having is in the original number the digit at tens place we have a x, that is equals to the digit at unit place we have a y and plus 2 as it is. Now once we shift this y from RHS to LHS, plus y becomes minus y, so that we are getting x minus y is equals to 2. Let's call this as a equation number 2. Now try to solve equation 1 and equation 2 simultaneously. Now what will happen once we are adding equation 1 with the equation 2? We are getting x plus x becomes a 2x, while plus y minus y getting cancel or gives us 0. 12 plus 2 we have a 14. So now once we divide both side by 2, or we might be shift 2 from LHS to RHS, 2 is a multiplier. After all shifting it will become a divisor and gives us the value of x is 14 divided by 2 is 7. So that we have the value of x is 7. Now once the value of x is 7, so that we can say is now from equation 1 or equation 2 we are getting the value of y. After all replacing x by 7. So now we are considering the equation number 1. Equation 1 is of the form x plus y is equals to 12. Now once the value of x is 7, so 7 plus y equals to 12. To find the value of variable y, now try to shift 7 from LHS to RHS. Plus 7 becomes now after all shifting minus 7. So that value of y becomes 12 minus 7 is a 5. So the value of y is 5. So what about the 2-digit number? We assumed at start the 2-digit number is xy. X is at tens place and y is at unit place or the ones place. So now a value of x we have a 7. Value of y we have a 5. So tens digit is a 7 and unit or ones digit is a 5. So the original number we have a 75. Now let's try to check your answer whether it is correct or wrong. What shall we have to do? The number we have the 75 and once we interchange the digits, so that we are getting now the 57. So once we add up them, 75 plus 57 we have a 132. While other condition, second condition we have the digit at a tens place, that is 7, which is 2 more than the digit at a unit place or the ones place. So 5 plus 2 is exactly 7. So both conditions are satisfied. So our answer is correct. The original number we have 75. Hence here we have all three activities given in the question bank. Now look at the question number 3b. Each of 3 marks questions we have. First question within it. Solve the given simultaneous equations graphically. X plus y equals to 5 and y equals to 5. So now once we have given y equals to 5, it is a line parallel to the x-axis. Passing through the point we can say 0, 5. So y equals to 5, it is clear. But what about x plus y equals to 5? So let's try to prepare a table such that this is the table for the equation. We are having x plus y that is equals to 5. Now we well known 2 points together considered a line, or we have given the linear equation in 2 variables, so whose graphical representation is strictly a straight line. So let's try to consider here any 2 values of x and let us try to find out the respective values of y and try to write down the coordinates as a x, y, so that we are preparing the 3 rows and 3 columns. First row for the values of x, next row for the values of y, and the last row for the coordinates x, y. Now suppose to be we assume the value of x is 2, so that 2 plus something that will gives us a 5. So the value of y is exactly equals to the 3, because once the value of x is 2 plus something, that means we are adding 3 in it, so that we are getting a 5. So the value of y is 3. So the coordinate we are having 2, 3. Now once we assume the value of x is 1, So 1 plus, this is the value of x, 1 plus something means the y, that is equals to f5. So we well known 1 plus 4 is equal to f5. So the value of y is, we have a 4. So the coordinate we are getting 1, 4. Now let's try to construct the coordinate system. Vertical axis is called the y-axis, while horizontal axis is called the x-axis. We are writing x, x dash, y, y dash. You may have positive x, negative x, positive y, negative y. Both axes are perpendicular to themselves. Point of intersection of them is the origin O, having the coordinate 0, 0. Towards right of origin we have unit places that are equally distributed. All are the positive integers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on. Towards left of origin we have the unit places that are equally distributed, having the negative integers like -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6 and so on. Vertically upward we have all the positive integers 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Vertically downward we have all the negative integers like -1, -2, -3, -4 and so on. Now our first point we have a 2, 3. So 2 from the x-axis and 3 from the y-axis. Point of intersection, let us, we are assuming it as a point A, having the coordinates 2, 3. Now look at the next coordinate. We have 1, 4. 1 from the x-axis and 4 from the y-axis. Point of intersection of them, we are assuming the point B as a 1, 4. Now let us have the line passing through those 2 points together. I am having the line like way that should passing through those 2 points together. Like way, you may construct actual graphical representation, hence you are getting the exact line or the graphical representation of exact line. That should be like way. Okay, and let's try to put the equation of line. We are having x plus y, that is equals to f5. Now the next line we are having, that is y equals to 5. So let's try to extend your y-axis. Somewhere here we have, after that 4, a5. So this point we are assuming it as a P, that is 0, 5. So the line which is parallel to the x-axis passing through the point 0, 5, having the equation y equal to a5. Now to find the solution of given simultaneous linear equation in 2 variable, graphically we have to find the point of intersection of both lines. Now one is the horizontal, other is the crossing to it at point P 0, 5. So we are writing point of intersection of both lines, that is the point P, we have the coordinate 0, 5. So the value of x is 0 and value of y is 5 should satisfy both equations simultaneously, so that we can say 0, 5 is the solution of given simultaneous linear equation in 2 variable. Now look at the question number 2. Ajay is younger than Vijay by 3 years. The sum of their ages is 25 years. What is the age of Ajay? Now we have given there are the 2 persons. One is Ajay, other is Vijay. So we are assuming Ajay is x years old and Vijay is y years old. So that now as per the condition first, we are having, I am writing by condition first, we have Ajay is younger than Vijay by 3 years. That means the age of Ajay is y minus of 3. Younger means whatever be the age of Vijay, from that we have to subtract a 3. Let's try to rearrange the equation is of the form, general form of linear equation in 2 variable. Try to shift y from RHS to LHS, so that we are getting plus y becomes minus y, x minus y equals to minus of 3. Let us call it as now the equation number 1. Look at the second condition. I am writing as per the condition second, we are getting the other equation in xy is of the form sum of their ages. That means age of Ajay plus age of Vijay, that is equals to, we have a 25. Called it as now equation number 2. Look at the equation 1 and 2 carefully. we have the coefficient of y in case of equation 1 is -1 and in case of equation 2 is 1. So once they are having the unlike sign, one is the minus, other is the plus, so that we have to add up the equation 1 and 2 to find the value of variable x, or ultimately we can say to eliminate the variable y. So that once we add up equation 1 and equation 2, we are getting x plus x becomes 2x, while minus y plus y getting cancelled or gives us 0, that is equals to minus 3 plus 25, we have a 22. Now to find the value of x, shift that 2 from LHS to RHS. 2 is a multiplier, it will becomes divisor after all shifting. Divisor to whom? Divisor to RHS, that means the 22. Now 22 divided by 2, we have 11. So that value of x, that means we are writing age of Ajay, we have age of Ajay, that is we assumed it as a x years, so that now x value is 11. So Ajay is 11 years old. Now let us try to have a overlook over question number 3 solved by Cramer's rule. 3x minus 4y equals to 10 and 4x plus 3y equals to a 5. So that I am writing one after other equation. We have 3x minus of 4y, that is equals to 10, called it as equation number 1, and other equation 4x plus 3y, that is equals to a 5, called it as equation number 2. Now as per the Cramer's rule, look at the flowchart how to find the values of x and y by using the Cramer's rule. First of all, try to evaluate the value of determinant d, that is the determinant of coefficients of x and y from equation 1 and 2. Let us try to after that find the value of dx. We have to replace coefficients of variable x from d by the constants 10 and 5. Now next step, we have to evaluate the value of dy. That means from d, the coefficients of variable y we have to replace by the constants, that is 10 and 5. And at last, the value of x as per the Cramer's rule, we have dx divided by d, and the value of y as per the Cramer's rule, we have a dy divided by d. So that 5 steps we have to perform here to solve the given simultaneous linear equations in two variables to evaluate ultimately the values of x and y. So that at start I am evaluating the value of d. D becomes the determinant of coefficients of x and y from equation 1 and 2. So look at the equation 1, we have the coefficient of x is 3 while y is minus of 4. Which sign conventions we have to consider? Is in the equation 2, coefficient of variable x is 4 while coefficient of variable y is 3. Now how to simplify the given determinant? First diagonal, that means the principal diagonal elements are multiplication. We have a 3 3s are 9 minus of other diagonal elements are multiplication. We have a 4 4s are 16, but plus minus becomes minus of 16. So minus minus is plus. 16 plus 9 we have a 25. So the value of d we are getting 25. Now to evaluate the value of dx, what shall we have to do? Whatever be the coefficients of variable x's from d, we have to replace that by the constants 10 and 5. So the first column we have 10, 5. What about the second column? Is in the second column we have to write the coefficients of variable y from equation 1 and 2 as it is. That means we are having minus 4 and 3 as it is. Try to simplify the determinant. Principal diagonal elements are multiplication. 10 3s are we have a 30 minus of 5 4s are 20 plus minus minus of 20. So that we are getting 30 minus minus plus 20 becomes a 50. So the value of dx we have a 50. Now to evaluate the value of dy, what shall we have to do? Look at once carefully the entries under dy we have of the form. So that the coefficients of variable y from d, we have to replace that by constant 10 and 5. So that I am writing the second column first, that is 10 and 5 of dy. What about the first column? 3 and 4 from d remains as it is. That are the coefficients of variable x from equation 1 and 2. Try to simplify the given determinant. 3 into 5, 5 3s are we have a 15 minus 4 10s are we have a 40. So that 15 minus 40 we are getting minus of 25. So the value of dy I am writing minus of 25. Now our target is to evaluate the values of x and y. So the fourth step of our flowchart, we have to evaluate the value of x. As per by Cramer's rule, we have value of x is dx divided by d. Dx value we have a 50, while d value we have a 25. 25 2s are 50, so that we are getting the value of x is 2. Now to evaluate the value of variable y, we have, as per by Cramer's rule, y to be equals to dy divided by d. dy is minus of 25, while d is 25. Plus minus becomes we have a minus, so that should implies the value of variable y we are getting minus of 25 ones are 25, so that value of y is minus 1. So at last we are writing our answer x comma y, that to be equals to, we have x is 2, y is minus of 1. Look at the fourth sub question from question 3b. We have difference between two numbers is 3. The sum of 3 times the bigger number and 2 times the smaller number is 19. Then find the numbers. Now look ahead. We have given there are the two numbers whose subtraction we have a 3, while bigger numbers becomes the first number now. So 3 times the first number, that means the bigger number, and 2 times the smaller number whose sum means the addition, we have given a 19. So that from here we are getting linear equations in two variable. Like supposed to be, we are assuming at start there are the two numbers. One number is the bigger number, so we are assuming bigger number is x and the smaller number be the other number. So smaller number becomes we have a, let it be a y. So what will happen? At start we have given the difference between two numbers. Difference is positive, so obviously we have to subtract the smaller number from the bigger number. So that we have, as per the condition first I am writing, condition first, we are getting x minus y to be equals to a 3, called it as equation number 1. Now look at the second condition. I am writing as per by condition second, the sum of whom 3 times the bigger number and 2 times the smaller number, that is equals to, we have a 19, called it as equation number 2. Now to evaluate the bigger number and the smaller number, what shall we have to do? Try to simplify equation 1 and 2 simultaneously, or by using the Cramer's rule, or by using the graphical method. You will get the unique solution, no doubt. So that we are trying here the simultaneous equation by eliminating here variable y, because look at the coefficients of variable y from equation 1 and 2. Is in the equation 1 we have the minus of 1, is in the equation 2 we have a positive 2. So now make the coefficients of variable y should be identical. So 1 into 2, we are having the 2, so try to multiply equation 1 by 2. We are getting now the equation 1 of the form 2 into x is 2x, minus of 1 into 2 we have minus of 2y, that is equals to 3 2s are we have a 6, called it as now as a equation number 3. Look at the equation 2 and 3. Once we add up them, why we have to add up them? Because 2y minus of 2y gives us 0 or getting cancelled. That means our target is to eliminate y from the given equation. So that let us add up equation 1 and equation 2. We are getting 3x plus 2x as a 5x. 2y minus 2y gives us 0 or getting cancelled. That is equals to, we have 19 plus 6 is 25. Now to evaluate the value of variable x, shift 5 from LHS to RHS. So x to be equals to, now 5 is a multiplier, after all shifting it will becomes a divisor. Divisor to whom? To RHS. In the RHS we have 25, so that we are getting value of x is 25 by 5 is 5. Therefore I am writing value of x is, we have a 5. Now to evaluate the value of variable y, try to substitute x is equals to 5 in any one of the equation, either 1 or 2 or 3. We are taking equation 1. So that I am writing now from equation 1, because in case of the equation 1, x and y are coefficient free, or coefficients of x and y are 1 and 1. So that from equation 1, we have equation 1 of the kind x minus y, that is equals to 3, where x is 5. So 5 minus y, that is equals to 3. Now the coefficient of variable y is -1. So try to shift that y from LHS to RHS and simultaneously 3 from RHS to LHS. So that we are getting 5 minus 3, that is equals to AY. So 5 minus 3 is 2. So the value of variable y we have a 2. That means the given two numbers are of the form 5 and 2. So you may have at last your solution. Therefore, that two numbers are, we are having 5 and 2. Look at the first condition. Their difference is 3. Is it? 5 minus 2 is 3. So condition first is satisfied. While 3 times the bigger number, that means 3 times a 5 plus 2 times a smaller number, that means we have a 2. 3 5s are 15 plus 2 2s are 4. 15 plus 4 is exactly 19. So the condition second is also satisfied. So that we can say our answer is correct. The bigger number we have a 5 and the smaller number we have a 2 here. Look at the sub question 5 from question 3b. We have it is of the form solve 4m minus of 2n equals to minus of 4. 4m plus 3n is equals to 16. Now solve means ultimately we have to evaluate here value of variable m and n, so that we can use any one method among the elimination method, or we might be says the substitution method, or Cramer's rule, or by graphical method. We can evaluate the value of m and n. So here we are trying the given simultaneous linear equation in two variable m and n by using Cramer's rule. That means our target is to evaluate m and n here. So for that, first try to evaluate the value of determinant d, which is the coefficient elements are determinant from equation 1 and 2. Whose coefficient? Coefficients of m and n from equation 1 and 2. Then secondly we have to evaluate, now we have first variable as m, so let us try to evaluate d suffix m value, that means the dm value. Then next to it, second variable we have a n, so try to evaluate for d suffix n. And the next fourth step, to evaluate the value of m, as per the Cramer's rule we have now dm divided by d. And the fifth step, to evaluate the value of variable n, as per the Cramer's rule we have a dn divided by d. Now let us try to write down one after other equation of the form, we are having 4m minus of 2n, that is equals to minus 4, called it as equation number 1, while other equation we have 4m plus 3n, that is equals to 16, called it as equation number 2. Now let us try to have the value of determinant d. Determinant d is the determinant of coefficients of m and n from equation 1 and 2. So look at the coefficient of m and n from equation 1, we have a 4 and minus of 2. So the first row of the determinant we have 4 and minus 2. While the coefficients of m and n from equation 2, we have a 4 and 3. So the second row of the determinant we have 4 3. How to simplify now the 2 by 2 determinant? Principal diagonal elements are multiplication, 4 3s are we have a 12, middle sign is strictly minus. Other diagonal elements are multiplication, 4 2s are 8, plus minus we have a minus of 8. Now minus minus is plus, 12 plus 8 we are getting a 20. So the value of d we have a 20. Now let us try to evaluate d suffix m. How to write now the elements under d suffix m? So whatever be the coefficients of variable m from d, we have to replace that by the constant minus 4 and 16. So that the entries under dm we have minus 4 16, while minus of 2 and 3 the second columns remains as it is from d. Again the same thing, 2 by 2 determinant we have to simplify. Principal diagonal elements are multiplication minus other diagonal elements are multiplication. 4 3s are 12, minus plus is minus, so that minus of 12. Minus of other diagonal elements are multiplication, 16 2s are we have a 32, plus minus is minus, so that we are getting minus of 32. Now let us try to simplify this numerical expression. We are getting minus 12, minus minus becomes plus 32. Now minus 12 plus 32, we have a d suffix m value is again a 20. Now to evaluate the value of dn, what shall we have to do? Whatever be the now coefficients of variable n from d, we have to replace that by constants minus 4 and 16, while the first column from d remains as it is. So we have the entries under dn 4 and 4, first columns as it is. Minus 2 and 3 we have to replace it by the constant minus 4 and 16. Now try to simplify the determinant dn. Principal diagonal elements are multiplication. We have a 16 4s are 64 minus of other diagonal elements are multiplication. 4 4s are we have a 16 plus minus we have a minus of 16. Now minus minus is plus, so that 64 plus we have the 16, that to be equals to we have 8080. So to evaluate now the value of m, what shall we have to do? As per by Cramer's rule, we have m to be equals to now dm divided by d. Dm value is 20 while d value is 20. 20 divided by 20 we have a 1. So the value of variable m we are getting here a 1. Now to evaluate the value of variable n, what shall we have to do? As per by Cramer's rule, we have a dn divided by d. Dn value we have a 80. I am writing somewhere here, therefore dn to be equals to we have a 80 and try to make up a box to it. Okay, so that we are getting 80 divided by 20 as a 4. So the value of n we are having a 4. So at last we are writing our final solution is of the form, therefore m comma n is to be equals to we have a 1 comma 4, because value of m is 1 and n is 4. Now look at the question number 6. Solve 99x plus 101y that is equals to 499. 100x plus 99y that is equals to 501. Now we have given the equations are of the form 99x plus 101y that is equals to 499, called it as equation number 1, while other equation we have 101x plus 99y that is equals to 501, called it as equation number 2. Now look at the coefficients of variable x and y from both equation. We have in case of equation 1, 99 be the coefficient of variable x, while in case of equation 2, 99 be the coefficient of variable y. Look at the next one. We have 101 be the coefficient of variable y in case of equation 1, while 101 be the coefficient of variable x in case of equation 2. So the coefficients of x and y from both equations are interchanged. So what shall we have to do? First of all, we have to add up both equations so that we are getting the other equation. Let us call it as equation number 3. It is of the form x plus y equals to something. And once we subtract both equations so that we are getting the other equation is of the form x minus y equals to something, called it as equation number 4. Now try to simplify equation 3 and 4 simultaneously so that you are getting the required values of x and y. Now look ahead carefully. What will happen once we add up the both equations? So that I am writing equation 1 plus equation 2. We are getting 99 plus 101 is 200 x as it is, plus 101 plus 99 we have a 200 y as it is, that is equals to 499 plus 501 we have a 1000, called it as now the equation number 3. Or look at firstly the coefficient, then we may call. Coefficient of variable x is 200, y is 200, while constant is 1000. All are divisible by 200. So first of all try to divide throughout equation by 200. So that we are getting 200x divided by 200 is x only. Then plus 200y divided by 200. 200 getting cancelled, we remain with the y. And 1000 divided by 200 we have a 5. Called it as now the equation number 3. Look at the next one. Second step, we have to subtract the equation. So that once we are doing equation 2 minus of equation 1, we are getting 101 minus of 99 is 2, x as it is. Then 99 minus 101 is minus of 2, then y as it is. Now 501 minus 499, again we have a 2. Now look at the coefficients of variable x, y as well as the constant. All are divisible by 2. So try to divide now throughout equation by 2. We are getting 2x divided by 2 is x minus of 2y divided by 2 is y, that is equals to 2 divided by 2 we have a 1. Let's try to call it as now the equation number 4. Look at the equation 3 and 4 carefully. Try to simplify them simultaneously so that we are getting the required values of x and y are of the form. Now y having the coefficient plus 1 and minus 1. So what will happen once we have to add up them? 1 minus 1 becomes 0. That means here we eliminated y once we add up the equation 3 and 4. So that next step I am writing equation 3 plus equation 4. We are getting x plus x now, that will be the 2x. Y minus y getting cancel or gives us 0, that is equals to 5 plus 1 is 6. Now to evaluate the value of x, once we shift the 2 is a multiplier, it will becomes divisor. 2 3s are become 6, so the value of x is 3. Now to evaluate the value of variable y, what shall we have to do? Try to substitute x is equals to 3 in any one of the equation 1, 2, 3, 4. We are taking the simplest equation, that is the equation number 3. So from equation 3 is of the form we are having x plus y, that is equals to a5. Value of x is 3. So 3 plus y is equals to a5. To evaluate the value of variable y, try to shift now 3 from LHS to RHS. So plus 3 becomes now the minus 3. 5 minus 3 we have a 2. So the value of variable y we have a 2. So that I am writing at last our answer x comma y is to be equals to 3 comma 2. So the value of x is 3 and y is 2 here. Look at the question number 7. The length of the rectangle is 5 more than twice its breadth. The perimeter of a rectangle is 52 cm. Then find the length of the rectangle. Now look at the figure. Supposed to be we have given a rectangle of the form whose length is L and breadth is B. So that I am writing length of the rectangle, that is equals to L. We have given the dimension in terms of the centimeter, so L centimeter, and breadth of the rectangle, that is equals to we have a B centimeter. Now as per the condition first, look at the condition first. I am underlining the condition first. The length of the rectangle is 5 more than twice its breadth. That means length is L, that is equals to 5 more, that means we have to add up the 5 in twice its breadth, that means 2 times the breadth we have the B. Try to shift the 2b and convert the linear equation in 2 variable in terms of the general form. L and B are the variables here. So L minus 2b, that is equals to f5, called it as equation number 1. Now look at the second condition. We have given perimeter of a rectangle is 52 centimeter. What is mean by the perimeter? Sum of all sides of a polygon. Here polygon has a rectangle, so whose sum of all sides we have a L plus B plus L plus B, because pair of opposite sides of a parallelogram we have rectangle are equal and parallel. So L plus B plus L plus B, that is the perimeter. P stands for, let it be the perimeter here. So L plus L is 2L, B plus B is 2B. Once we are taking 2 common, so 2 times in bracket we have L plus B, the formulation of perimeter of a rectangle. So that we have given perimeter of a rectangle is, as per I am writing firstly the condition second, we have it is of the form condition second. Perimeter of a rectangle is given by 2 times length plus breadth, that is equals to we have 52 already we have given. So now once we shift this 2 from LHS to RHS, so that we are getting L plus B to be equals to 52 divided by 2. I am writing here 52 divided by 2. So that as per the condition second, we are getting the second equation in linear equation in 2 variables are L and B, is of the form now L plus B, that is equals to 26 2s we have a 52, called it as now the equation number 2. Try to simplify equation 1 and 2 simultaneously. Look at the coefficient of variable L from equation 1 and 2. Both are 1 and 1. Having the like sign convention, that means both are the positive and positive. So that we have to decide here to do the subtraction among the equation 1 and 2. So that I am writing here, we are doing equation 2 minus of equation 1. That means we are subtracting equation 1 from 2. So that L minus of L, we have a 0 or getting cancelled. Then we have B minus minus plus 2B, that will becomes the 3B, that is equals to 26 minus of 5, we have a 21. Shift that 3 from LHS to RHS, so that B value becomes 21 divided by 3, that is 7. So B becomes breadth of the rectangle we are getting 7 centimeter. Now to evaluate the length, use the equation number 2, because here L and B are free from coefficient. or both are having the coefficient as a 1 and 1. Simplest equation we are having. So from equation I am writing by 2. We have two equation is of the form L plus B, that is equals to 26. Try to replace now B by its value as a 7. So L plus 7, that is equals to 26. Shift that 7 from LHS to RHS. So that should implies L value is 26 minus of 7, that is 19. So the value of length of the rectangle is 19 centimeters. So at last you may have your answer like that way. I am writing here the length of rectangle, that is equals to 19 centimeter, while the breadth of rectangle, that is equals to, we have a 7 centimeter. To check whether our answer is correct or wrong, L plus B becomes 26. So 19 plus 7 is 26. It should satisfy the equation 2. And look at the equation 1 also. We have the L value is 19 minus 2 times the breadth. That means 2 times the 7. Breadth of the rectangle we have a 7. So 19 minus 7 2s are we have a 14. 19 minus 14 is exactly equals to the 5. So that it should satisfy the both equations simultaneously. So our answer is correct. Length of the rectangle is 19 centimeter while breadth of the rectangle is 7 centimeter. Look at the 8th sub question. The graph of the equations 2x minus y equals to 2x minus of y minus of 4 equals to 0 and x plus y plus 1 equals to 0 intersects each other in point P to be a comma b. Then find the coordinates of point P. Now look ahead, we have given the first equation of the kind x minus of y minus of 4 equals to 0. Try to convert it into the linear equation in two variable whose standard form we have of the form. Let's try to shift the minus 4 so that 2x minus y equals to a 4. Now let us try to prepare the table for the graphical representation. We have to assume the few values of x's and try to evaluate the respective values of y. So that we have the equation 2x minus y, that is equals to 4. First row for the values of x's, next row for the values of y, and last row for the x comma y. So let us, we are assuming now the value of x becomes a 0. What will happen then? 2 into 0 minus of y equals to a 4. 2 into 0 is 0, 0 minus y is minus y equals to 4. That should implies the y value is minus of 4. So the first coordinate we have 0 comma minus of 4. Now once we assumed the value of x becomes a 1, what will happen? Once the value of x now 1, 2 ones are we have a 2 minus y, that is equals to a 4. So once now we shift the value of 2 from LHS to RHS, we are getting minus of y, that is equals to 4 minus 2 is 2. So the value of y is minus 2. So the next coordinate we have 1 comma minus of 2. Let us try to have the next equation is of the form x plus y, that is equals to, once we shift the 1 from LHS to RHS, we are getting minus of 1. So we have the next table for the next equation, that is x plus y, that is equals to minus 1. So let us try to construct a table is of the form first row the values of x's, second row values of y, and the last row we have a coordinates x comma y. So now once we assume the value of x is 0, y equals to definitely minus 1. So 0 comma minus 1 be the first coordinate. Now once we assume the value of x is 1, so that we are getting 1 plus y, that is equals to minus 1. Once we shift the 1, we are getting minus 1 plus 1 becomes now the minus 1 after all shifting. Minus 1 becomes minus 2. So the next coordinate we have 1 comma minus of 2. So let's have now the x-axis and the y-axis. Vertical axis is called as the y-axis while horizontal axis is called the x-axis. Both axes are perpendicular to themselves while point of intersection of them is the origin. We have a coordinates of the origin are 0 comma 0. Let's I am having the y-axis like that way. It is the y dash and above will be the y. Point of intersection becomes origin. Towards right of origin we have the positive integers that are equally distributed. Towards left of origin we have all the negative integers again that are equally distributed. That means the distance between successive unit places same or equal. Vertically upward we have all the positive integers again equally distributed. and vertically downward we have all the negative integers that are again equally distributed. So the first point, as per the first table, we have a 0, -4 that will lie on the y-axis. Once the point lie on the y-axis whose x coordinate is 0, keep in mind. So we have the point A having the coordinates 0, -4. Now the next point we have 1, -2. So 1 from the x-axis, -2 from the y-axis. Somewhere here we have point B, that is 1, -2. So that let's try to have the line passing through those two points, whose equation I am writing 2x minus y, that is equals to, we have a 4. Now look at the next two coordinates as per the table number 2nd. 0, -1, it will lie on the y-axis. Let us, I am assuming P be the point having the coordinate 0, -1, and Q be the point now 1, -2. Already we have the point B, so we may assume it as a B as a 1, -2. So let's have the line passing through the point P and B, like way I am having, whose equation we have x plus y is equals to minus of 1. Now those two lines intersects each other in point B. We have given that is the point P, so we may assume it as other point, that is the C, and this as might be the point P. Okay, so P point be the point of intersection, that is we are having A comma B as per the given, and now we are getting the point of intersection as a 1, -2. So the value of A becomes we have a 1 and B becomes we have a minus of 2 here. So the coordinates of point P be the point of intersection of both lines, keep in mind, and having the coordinate 1, -2 as per the graphical representation. Now just have a look over question number 9. The solution of the equation ax plus by equals to 5, ax plus by plus 5 equals to 0, and bx minus of ay minus of 12 equals to 0 is 2, minus of 3. Find the values of a and b. Now look once carefully. Once 2, minus of 3 be the solution of given linear equation in two variable, so that 2, minus 3 is the point that should satisfy the both equations simultaneously. That means we can replace x by 2 and y by minus 3 from both equations. So that I am writing at start the equation 1 is of the form ax plus by, that is plus 5, that is equals to a0. Let us try to now put for x is equals to 2 and y equals to minus of 3, because 2, minus 3 is the solution, so it should satisfy the equation. So that we are getting 2 times a now, a into 2 means 2a, we are replacing x by 2, and y by minus of 3, so b into minus 3 we are getting ultimately plus minus is minus of 3b, and plus 5 equals to 0. Now once we shift the 5 from LHS to RHS, we are getting 2a minus of 3b, that is equals to minus of 5, called it as equation number 1. Now look at the next equation. We have given bx minus of ay minus of 12, that is equals to 0. Now let us try to put for x is equals to 2 and y equals to minus of 3, because 2, minus 3 is the point of solution of this equation, so it should satisfy the given equation. So that x value is 2, b into 2 we are writing 2b, minus of a into y, that means a into minus of 3, we have minus of 3a, minus minus becomes now the plus, 3 times a we are having, minus of 12, that is equals to a 0. So let's try to shift minus 12 from LHS to RHS. We are getting, I am writing at start now the 3a, then plus 2b, then that is equals to we have a 12, called it as now the equation number 2. Look at the equation 1 and 2 carefully. Coefficient of variable b we have minus 3 and coefficient of variable b we have a 2, so that once they are having the unlike sign convention, so we decided to eliminate here variable b. So let's try to make the coefficient of variable b should be same from equation 1 and 2. So we have the coefficients are minus 3 and 2, whose LCM we have the 6, so that 3 2s are becomes the 6. So try to multiply now equation 1 by 2, while equation 2 by 2 3s are we have a 6, so by 3. So that we are getting other new two equations are of the form. Equation 1 we are multiplying with 2, so 2 2s are we have a 4, a as it is, minus 3 into 2 we have a minus 6, b as it is, that is equals to minus 5 into 2, we have a minus 10. Call it as equation number 3. Equation 2, we have to multiply it with a 3, so that 3 3s are we are getting 9, A as it is. 2 3s are we have a 6, B as it is. That is equals to 12 3s are we have a 36. Call it as equation number 4. Now look at the equation 3 and 4 carefully. Coefficient of variable b from 3 we have minus 6. Coefficient of variable b from 4 we have a 6. What will happen once we add up them? We eliminated variable b here. So let us try to add up equation 3 and 4. So that 4a plus 9a we are getting 13a, minus 6b plus 6b getting cancelled or gives us 0, minus 10 plus 36 we are getting 26. Try to shift now the 13 from LHS to RHS. So the value of variable a we have 26 divided by 13 is 2. So therefore I am writing value of a is 2. Now to evaluate the value of variable b, try to substitute a equals to 2 in any one of the equation 1, 2, 3 or 4. I am taking the equation 2. So I am writing here from equation 2. Equation 2 is of the form 3a plus 2b, that is equals to we have a 12. Try to replace now or put for a equals to 2. So 3 into 2 plus 2b, that is equals to a 12. 3 2s are we have a 6 plus 2b, that is equals to a 12. To evaluate the value of variable b, try to shift a 6 from LHS to RHS. So that 2b equals to we have 12 minus 6 is 6. So that once we shift here 2 from LHS to RHS, so that b value now 6 divided by 2, that is 3. So the value of b we are getting a 3. So that here we have a equals to 2 and b equals to 3. Then we can say that the given two simultaneous linear equation in two variable having the solution 2, minus of 3. Now look at the question number 10. A person starts a job with some fixed salary and yearly increment. After 4 years his salary is rupees 15,000 and after 10 years it becomes rupees 18,000. Then find his monthly salary and the increment. Now keep in mind, in case of the word problem, whatever data we have to evaluate, let us assume that as a variable. So that his monthly salary we have to evaluate. So let us assume that his monthly salary is X rupees and monthly increment or yearly increment we have given actually. Yearly increment, let us assume that Y rupees. So that I am writing his monthly salary we have X rupees while yearly income we have Y rupees. So now look ahead. Once his monthly salary we have X rupees, there are the 12 months in a year. So yearly salary I am writing. Yearly salary we are getting 12 into X becomes 12X rupees. Now as per the condition first, what we have given, look at the condition first. After 4 years, what will be the increment at start? First year increment we have, that means first year salary we have the 12x rupees. Second year increment we have plus y. Third year increment we have plus 2y. Fourth year increment we have plus 3y. So that whose yearly income or the yearly salary we have the 12x, and after 4 years whose increment we have the 3y, that is equals to we have 15,000. So after 4 years his yearly income was 12x plus 3y and that we have given the 15,000. Now each and every coefficient as well as the constant is divisible by 3. So try to divide throughout equation by 3. We are getting 3 4s are 12, so 4x plus 3 1s are 3 means a y, that is equals to 3 5s are 15 means we are getting 5,000. Let us call it as equation number 1. Now look at the next condition. After 10 years, what is the increment after 10 years? Once we have after 4 years 3y be the increment, less by 1. So that after 10 years we have the increment, that is 9y. So whose yearly income, I am writing firstly the condition second. We have as per the condition second, yearly salary we have the 12x and increment in the salary after 10 years we have the 9y, and this salary after 10 years we have given 18,000. So now look at once carefully. The coefficient of variable x, y as well as the constant all are divisible by 3. So try to divide throughout equation by 3. So that we are getting 3 4s are 12. So 4x plus 3 3s are 9. So that 3y that is equals to 3 6 18. That means we are having 6,000. Called it as equation number 2. Now look at the equation 1 and 2 carefully. The coefficients of variable x are identical, having the like sign convention plus 4 and plus 4. So try to subtract equation 1 from 2. That means we are using here elimination method to evaluate the values of x and y. So 4x minus 4x becomes 0x, means that are getting cancelled. 3y minus y we have the 2y, that is equals to 6,000 minus 500. 6,000 minus 5,000 we are having 1,000. To evaluate the value of y, shift the 2. Y to be equals to now 1,000 divided by 2 is 500. That means yearly increment of that person is rupees 500. Now to evaluate his monthly income, means the value of x, try to substitute the value of y in any one of the equation 1 or 2. We are choosing equation 1 because in that equation 1 y is free from coefficient. We are having 4x plus y, that is equals to 5,000 be the equation 1. In it we have to substitute y value is 500. So that 4x plus y value is 500, that is equals to we have 5,000. Shift that 500 from LHS to RHS to evaluate the value of at start 4x. So 4x to be equals to now 5,000 minus of 500, we are getting 4,500. Now to evaluate the value of x, shift the 4 from LHS to RHS. 4 is the multiplier. After all shifting it will becomes a divisor to 4,500. Now 4 1s are 4. Again 4 1s are 4. 4 2s are 8. 4 5s are we have a 20. So that we can say the person whose monthly salary is 1,125 rupees. So that I am writing the as per the given we have to evaluate his monthly salary, that we assumed it as a x. So that I am writing at last, therefore his monthly salary we have rupees 1,125, while his yearly increment in his salary we have y, that means rupees 500. Look at the next and last question, question number 11 from question 3b, each of 3 marks question. For the equation 3x minus 2y equals to 17. So that I am writing the linear equation in 2 variable we have given 3x minus 2y equals to 17. Find the value of x when y equals to minus of 1. So let us try to put for now y equals to minus of 1 is in the given linear equation in 2 variable. So that we are getting 3x minus of 2 into value of y is minus 1, that is equals to 17. So 3x minus minus becomes plus, 2 1s are 2, that is equals to 17. Now to evaluate the value of x, try to shift now 2 from LHS to RHS. So that we are getting 3x to be equals to 17 minus of 2. Now 17 minus of 2 is 15. Again to evaluate the value of variable x, try to shift now 3 from LHS to RHS. Multiplier 3 becomes now the divisor to 15. 3 5s are 15. So the value of x is we have a 5. So for the given linear equation in one variable, once we have value of y is given, that is minus of 1, then the value of x is we have a 5. Now for the same equation, look at the next part of the question. Find the value of y when x is equals to 3. So that I am writing again the given linear equation in 2 variable 3x minus 2y equals to 17. We have the next value for x equals to 3. So put for now x is equals to 3. That should implies 3 into 3 minus of 2y, that is equals to 17. 3 3s are we have a 9. So 9 minus of 2y, that is equals to 17. To evaluate the value of variable y, what shall we have to do? Try to shift now minus of 2y from LHS to RHS and simultaneously 17 from RHS to LHS. So that we are getting 9 minus 17, that is equals to positive 2y. Plus 17 becomes minus 17, minus 2y becomes plus 2y. So 9 minus 17, we have minus of 8, that is equals to 2y. That is, we are writing 2y value we have. We are interchanging the LHS RHS, so no need to change the sign. So let us try to shift now the 2. Y to be equals to, we have minus 8 by 2 is minus of 4. So once we are having the value of x is 3, then y is, we have a minus 4 for the given linear equation in 2 variables. So the x comma y values we have 3 comma minus of 4. Hence here we have all 11 questions from question 3b. During the next lecture we are going to discuss about question number 4 from first chapter, linear equation in 2 variable. Thank you.